Hello, welcome to Travelholic Channel. Here are 17 interesting facts about China.
Currently, China is probably the most interesting country on the planet. China is the world's third biggest country by territory and has the largest population. It is one of the longest-running civilizations on Earth with its unique and attractive culture. It has developed at the record speed to become the second largest economy in the world. Furthermore, China holds innumerable attractions for tourists to explore. China's country profile. Full name is the People's Republic of China. Chinese name, Zhōngguó, the middle country. Important cities, Beijing, capital, Shanghai, largest city by population. National Day, October 1st. Biggest national festival is Chinese New Year. Let's start with 17 interesting facts about China. Number 1. China is one of the 4 Asian civilizations. China is among the most Asian civilizations along with the Babylonian, Mayan, and Egyptian. There has been official documentation of China's history for more than 3,000 years. Chronology of Chinese history. 770 to 221st BC, rival states grow in strength and battle for control. 221st BC, China united by first Emperor Qin. 206 to 220 AD, the Han Dynasty takes over, giving its name to the Chinese majority. 618 to 907, the Tang Dynasty, China influenced the West through the Asian Silk Road. 1271 to 1368, the Yuan Dynasty, China's first foreign dynasty of a Mongol origin. 1368 to 1644, the Ming Dynasty. Most of the Great Wall that we see today was constructed at that time. 1644 to 1911, the Qing Dynasty, China's second foreign dynasty and last dynasty. 1912 to 1949, the Republic of China years, internal struggle for power. October 1st, 1949, People's Republic of China inaugurated by Mao Zedong. 1978, Deng Xiaoping begins China's opening up reforms, leading to rapid economic growth. Number 2. China enjoys great diversity in geography. At 9.6 million square kilometers, China is the third largest country by area in the world. It has a north-south extent of 3,900 kilometers and an east-west extent of 5,000 kilometers. 33% of the Chinese territory is mountainous, 26 high plateaus, 19 basins and deserts, 12% plains regions, and 10 hills. China has the highest point in the world, Mount Everest, as well as the third lowest depression in the world. China also has the most international borders, neighboring with 14 countries: Russia, Mongolia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Nepal, Myanmar, Thailand, Vietnam, North Korea, and Bhutan. The climate in China varies greatly. Generally speaking, the north is cooler and drier than the south, and the west is drier than the east. Winter temperatures in northeast China can reach -40 degrees, while summer in the south can be 40. Rainfall varies from a few millimeters per year in a desert to over 3 meters a year in the southeast. Number 3. China has a fast booming economy. China has been the world's fastest growing economy for the last 30 years, 10% or more per year. It is now the world's second largest economy, its 2016 GDP being 11.4 trillion USD. China is known as the factory of the world. It is the world's largest producer of steel, fertilizer, clothing, toys, and many more. Cities in China are growing and transportation is improving. China's pace of urbanization is fast. 300 million people have moved from rural areas to cities in the last 30 years, and the same is predicted for the next 30 years. Transportation is also improving fast. Today, China has a new wave of intercity high-speed trains and city metros. Beijing Capital International Airport is the second busiest airport in the world and busiest in Asia. China has some large seaports too, such as Shanghai, Hong Kong, and Shenzhen. Number 4. There are 56 ethnic groups living in China. Most minority groups have their own distinctive culture. Some also have their own language and writing system. Officially, China has 56 ethnic groups. The largest group, the Han, occupies almost 91% of the whole population. Among the 55 minority groups, Zhuang, Manchu, Hui, and Miao have the largest population. Number 5. China enjoys great language diversity. Chinese is the origin of the only surviving pictographic writing system. It is often believed to be world's most spoken and most difficult to learn first language. Mandarin is the official Chinese and is taught in schools and all over China, but there are many dialects. Some regions speak Mandarin with a dialect. Some have their own distinct language. Cantonese, for example, is spoken in Guangdong, Guangxi, Hong Kong, and Macau. Some around Shanghai, Jiangsu, and Zhejiang speak Wu dialect. These dialects can be very different from Mandarin. Number 6. China has rich cultural and philosophical traditions. China boasts a huge depth of culture developed in long and relatively isolated history, including Confucianism and other philosophy, tea culture, material arts, poetry, calligraphy, the imperial legacy, and many others. There are a great variety of beliefs. China has no unifying religion, but people hold a wide range of beliefs, from atheism or ancestor worship to one of the 4 major religions, Buddhism, Taoism, Christianity, or Islam. Number 7. China is an amazing destination for tourists. There are many historical and natural sites. There's the world's longest wall, the Great Wall of China, the world's largest collection of 2,000-year-old life-size figures, the Terracotta Army, and the world's largest ancient palace, the Forbidden City. There is also beautiful Guilin, the splendid Yangtze River, and the beautiful Yellow Mountains, the lovely pandas, and the beaches at Sanya. The list goes on. Food styles and ingredients vary by region. You can find everything of every flavor you like. The most famous dishes include Peking duck, sweet and sour pork, kung pao chicken, mapo tofu, wonton soup, dumplings, spring rolls, and chow mein. Make sure you try at least one of them. Number 8. Chinese use sticks to eat with. Invented during the Shang Empire times, at first chopsticks were generally kitchen utensils, but it became the common way to eat meals in the Ming Dynasty. One of the funniest things to do in China is trying all the different kinds of authentic Chinese food, and it's even more fun when you try to eat like the natives. Number 9. Millions of Chinese live in caves. About 35 million Chinese live in caves. It is a Chinese architectural style dating back to the Stone Age. Chinese in many areas appreciate underground and cave dwellings since they are cheaper to build, easier to warm in the winter, and cool in the summer. In Shuangxi province, cave dwellings are common, and if you want to stay in one cave dwelling as a tourist, it's possible. Number 10. Kites were invented in China. The Chinese have been flying kites for nearly 3,000 years. It is said that 2 philosophers invented them in 5th century BC. Silk fabric was sewn on bamboo frames. You can enjoy flying kites with the Chinese kids and adults here. Number 11. Chinese invented the first kind of soccer. According to FIFA, Soccer, the most popular sport in the world, was invented in China over 2,000 years ago during the Han Dynasty in the 2nd and 3rd centuries BC. The sport was refined during the Tang Dynasty and Song Dynasty. Professional players entertained the imperial court. It was called kickball. Ironically, over 2,000 years on, China, the largest population on Earth with millions of soccer fans, has qualified for the FIFA World Cup only once in 2002, when they lost all 3 group games. Conceded 9 goals and scored 0, finishing 31st, second last to Saudi Arabia. Number 12. Chinese people write by drawing pictures. Chinese characters are also known as Hanzi, which means hand characters. It is a pictographic writing system and is the oldest continuously used writing system in the world. Its history is dated back to as far as the Shang Dynasty, when they were inscribing ideographs on oracle bones. Chinese characters are used by more than 1 billion people. Over the centuries, the pictures became more and more stylized and less recognizable. Though you can often guess the meaning, trying to draw a character is fun. Number 13. Chinese invented gunpowder and fireworks. Fireworks are fun all over the world, and the Tang Dynasty was when Chinese alchemists invented gunpowder. It was soon used to make explosives, chemical and smoke weapons, and incendiary devices. And then lately they made rockets and guns and cannons. China produces by far the most fireworks and accounts for about 85% of the world's exports of fireworks. On major holidays, they are sold everywhere and you can enjoy playing with them. Number 14. The first emperor made a huge army of claymen. First emperor Qin Shi Huang was a very powerful emperor and built a necropolis, a city of the dead for himself to rule in the afterlife at a huge expense. Just a fraction of it has been uncovered, the Terracotta Army Museum. You can see thousands of life-size clay soldiers and officials and even animals he made for his fantasy kingdom there. Number 15. People in Beijing eat scorpions on a stick. The scorpions sold on the streets in Beijing are grabbed live, dipped in boiling oil for a second or so, and skewered on a stick. You can find a lot of other insects, mollusks, and tasty sea things for sale on Beijing's touristy pedestrian streets. Number 16. Chengdu is the funniest place to eat. Sichuan cuisine usually turns out to be the most foreign tourists' favorite style of cuisine for its startling, intense red-hot flavors and the Sichuan hot pots, where you can stir in your own ingredients on a cooking pot on your table. It is a fun way to spend time with family and friends. Number 17. Guilin is the funniest place in China. Guilin is the funniest place to visit because you can get out into the striking limestone countryside and enjoy recreational activities such as river rafting, cruises, seeing villagers, and staying in villages, biking and hiking. Yangshuo especially is a favorite town for young people and backpackers, with its exotic countryside resort feel. Quick transit from Shenzhen in 3 or 4 hours on a bullet train makes travel convenient from Hong Kong. Thanks for watching 17 interesting facts about China. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up and share. Also subscribe for more new videos. Thank you.